Golden Wildfire. The end of the Alliance. It is the end of 1182. 4 moons have passed since Elmira attacked. Though the battle lines remain unchanged, Claude steadily schemes behind the scenes. History is about to be made.
Huh? Whoa, everyone's already here.
Yep, we were waiting on you, Hilda.
Whoops! But Claude isn't here yet, is he? He said he'd have something to tell us after the roundtable conference, so I figured it'd run late, as usual.
You got that right. Those meetings always seem to drag on forever.
Where's the love? These roundtables are supposed to symbolize the Alliance's ideals, you know.
Sorry about that. I was out of line.
No worries, my friend. That's exactly why we made the decision we did today.
What decision? Is that why you called us here?
Hold your horses. Everyone, listen up. As you know, the Leicester Alliance is governed through a Council of Representatives known as the 5 Great Lords. As the Alliance leader, it has been House Regan's responsibility to convene the Roundtable and secure the approval of the other lords on matters of policy. The Lords of the Alliance felt this was the best system to serve the welfare of their people. And in peacetime, maybe it was. But there's no denying that the roundtables have hindered our ability to respond swiftly to emergency situations. And it doesn't seem like Leicester's current state of emergency is going to end anytime soon. Which is why I put forth an important proposal at today's roundtable. One that's since been approved. As of today, the Leicester Alliance will be reborn as the Leicester Federation. All authority has been entrusted to the King of Leicester. And as it just so happens, I have been chosen to serve as the Federation's first king. With this, we'll no longer be held hostage by roundtable delays that leave us at the mercy of our enemies. I give you my word that I'll dedicate all my efforts to protecting and preserving Leicester. I hope I can count on all of your approval as well.
We reached this decision after exhaustive discussion. I imagine not everyone will approve, but we ask for your understanding.
I hope we can all accept our former leader as our new king and continue working together to defend Leicester.
So everyone, are you with me?
This must be why my father was in such a hurry to hand over leadership of our house to Holst.
The former Duke Goneril was a ringleader of sorts for the lords who opposed the establishment of the Federation. That said, he's been looking to put Holst in charge for a while now. Maybe this was just the perfect opportunity.
It seems I'll also have much to discuss with my father about House Ordelia's future. I imagine it's the same for you, right, Marianne?
Oh, yes. I suppose that's so.
It's just ridiculous to think that our Claude, of all people, is a king now.
Well, I think Claude will make a wonderful king.
Yeah, me too! Long live King Claude!
Huh. Didn't see that one coming.
Quite an abrupt twist, isn't it? He certainly didn't breathe a word of it to you.
That's true, but it doesn't really bug me. If I were in his shoes, I wouldn't share something that important with a lowly mercenary either. Anyway, I'm happy for him. Now Claude's free to act as he sees fit. And I'm gonna keep supporting him, just like always.
Yes, I think that's probably for the best. Probably.
Received word from my father. He reports that public order is rapidly deteriorating in House Burgundy's territory.
Seriously? I've heard the same is true in the Seaward and Albany territories as well.
That's right. And as a result, some unsavory characters have strayed into Daphne territory, causing trouble for us too.
If they couldn't keep things under control, they should have come to me for help.
Those 3 houses have always been quick to align themselves with the strongest faction, be it the Central Church or even the Empire. That the 3 of them opposed the establishment of the Federation makes it all the more difficult to ask for help, no doubt.
If only it were that simple.
Is there something else about the matter that concerns you, Lady Judith?
I've heard some rumors that those 3 have been conspiring together of late. That there are plans in the works for all of them to defect to Fargus. The Viscounts may have been too busy plotting to secure their positions and deal with the growing chaos in their territories.
Now that I would believe.
I'm not sure if this is related, but there have also been some alarming sightings near their western borders.
Alarming in what way?
It's the Knights of Seros. Perhaps it's nothing, seeing as the kingdom is sheltering the central church within their borders, but...
Do you suspect that the Knights have been acting as intermediaries between the kingdom and those houses? If so, we cannot possibly turn a blind eye.
We can't say for sure if that's the case just yet. But there's no mistaking that civil unrest is running rampant in those territories. We need to mobilize the Federation army immediately and try to restore public order.
Wait a moment. Would it not make more sense to send envoys to the houses beforehand to learn more about the situation?
They just reply to our inquiries with some half-baked excuses. Giving them a heads up we're coming should be enough.
So you're ordering an immediate deployment, Your Majesty. It's nice how quickly things move around here without the Round Table.
That's the beauty of this. Lawrence, assemble the troops immediately.
Very well. At long last, it is time for the Federation to take its first steps.
That's right. We stand at the dawn of a new Leicester. Hey, one step at a time.
I've got it!
What if we did this?
Will this work?
I've got an idea. I'll get everything ready.
One step at a time. How's that?
Hey!
Hey there.
Oh, Holst. What's going on?
Our king has agreed to meet with the Adrestian Emperor.
Claude's gonna talk to Edelgard?
Yes, and you'll be joining us. You're the only reliable bodyguard we could find on such short notice.
Okay then. Lead the way.
It's good to see you again, Claude. Congratulations on your coronation as the first king of the Leicester Federation.
What's this? The Empire has officially recognized our Federation? Why, Edelgard, I'm touched. But I did have my heart set on an apology. You launched an unprovoked attack against us after all.
Attack? The Empire merely responded to an invitation from Viscount Acheron of House Phlegethon. Alas, fortune turned against him at the Great Bridge of Myrden, and he perished in the battle. As a result, we did garrison our army in Gloucester territory for a brief time. But I would hardly call that an unprovoked attack.
Huh. And dead men tell no tales, right? Although I'll grant you that he sold us out to the Empire.
Whatever transpired, the Empire and the Alliance did end up at war with one another. And I do not deny that the Imperial Army caused harm within Alliance territory. We are prepared to offer appropriate restitution for that.
That works. We'll take tangible resources over insincere apologies any day. We can hash out the definition of appropriate later. Want to move on to the real reason we're here?
Yes, by all means. I trust you read my letter? The Central Church must be eliminated before Fodlan can be reborn. Your help would go a long way towards accomplishing that.
Oh, I read it all right. And from a personal standpoint, it's something I can get behind. But as the leader of the Federation, I can't say the same. You can't expect the people of Leicester to embrace this southern church that you've dredged up out of nowhere.
I must take issue with that assertion. The Southern Church has a long and storied history in Fodlan.
Nonsense. You hastily resurrected some dusty old sect and appointed the Empire's own Minister of Religious Affairs as its bishop. Do you honestly expect us to acknowledge such an obvious sham?
None of us will shed any tears if you do not. Nor did we truly expect that you would.
We do not care where the Federation places its faith, so long as it is not in the Central Church.
So all you're looking for is a little cooperation in taking them down? And I assume the Kingdom's on your hit list too, since they've given them sanctuary.
I understand the Federation faces challenges of its own. Surely you would prefer a quick return to stability at your borders with the Empire.
Oh? I'd like to hear a little more about these challenges you think we have, but maybe now isn't the best time.
Claude, we want stability. The decision is yours to make. Knowing you, I am certain you will carefully consider the costs and benefits, rather than let emotions dictate your decision.
All right, I'm in. Holst, do you feel satisfied with those terms?
Everything looks good to me. I'm especially glad we found a solution to the control of Murden.
Hubert, I trust you have no objections?
None, Your Majesty. All that remains is the placement of your seals.
Then let us conclude our discussions for now, and go inform the world that Adrestia and Leicester have joined forces for a brighter future.
Sounds like a plan to me. I, Claude von Regan, King of the Leicester Federation, hereby swear this pact. Leicester pledges to work in harmony with the Adrestian Empire, and do everything in its power to secure a peaceful future for Fodlan.
By the covenant between the red blood and the white sword that crowns the double-headed eagle, I, Edelgard von Hresfeld, hereby swear this pact. Adrestia pledges to work hand-in-hand with the Leicester Federation to deliver peace to the land and secure a future for all its people.
The pact is sealed.
And now it is our job to uphold it.
I'm sure you noticed how Edelgard wouldn't even deign to acknowledge your existence. How empty does it make you feel to witness history marching forward without any say in which direction it takes?
I never wanted to be the one making history. That's too big a role for a humble mercenary. That said, I don't know about this. The Kingdom and the Church are suddenly our enemies now. Is everyone really just gonna get on board with that?
To sum up, we've agreed to an armistice with the Empire. From now on, our enemies are the Kingdom and the Church of Seiros.
The Church is our enemy now? You say it like you're just moving pieces on a chessboard.
To be clear, this is not a repudiation of the teachings of Seiros themselves. All we're aiming for is the dissolution of the Central Church.
That would mean killing Lady Rhea. Is that really the right thing to do?
I didn't speak with them very much, but Sedith and Lady Rhea didn't seem like bad people.
Those two aren't what they seem to be. If what the Empire says is true, that is.
I hate to say it, but it sure sounds like you let the Empire talk you into buying the whole store.
Look, the Empire is obviously trying to use us as a means to their own end. But do you honestly think I'd agree to a deal that sets them up better than us? I'm using them right back. The balance of power in Fodlan has already collapsed. If we just sit on the sidelines, our position is only going to get weaker. By cooperating with the Empire, we can expand our influence and power as much as they do, if not more. This is the only way we can end the war quickly while maintaining Leicester's independence.
And for that purpose, you would throw Fargus to the wolves, despite holding no animosity towards them?
You and I may not hold any grudges, but if you look to our history, you'll see it was the Kingdom who tossed us to the wolves first. When our people were fighting for independence from the Empire, Fargus attacked and conquered Leicester for themselves. And even after we finally won our freedom in the Crescent Moon War, they've continued to meddle in our affairs, like causing that rift in House Daphne.
Yes, well...
Besides, they're harboring the Central Church, and I can't condone that. I've always been skeptical of that dogma they preach. It's just a way for them to force their own belief system onto everyone else. Their creed legitimizes Fodlan's system of nobility, which values crests above all else and leaves no room for people of different backgrounds or faiths. And if what the Empire says is true, then I couldn't even begin to count the number of crimes the Central Church has committed.
Claude, are you saying that you intend to destroy our current system of nobility? Because that...
I have news. A battle has broken out in ALL between Imperial troops and the Knights of Seros.
The Imperial Army has already stationed troops as far north as ALL?
That's a little too close to Daphnel territory for my liking.
It seems Catherine is commanding the Knights. The Imperial troops are in for a serious fight.
Catherine was definitely the strongest out of all the Knights of Seros.
What shall we do, Your Majesty? If we're to honor the pact we just signed, we should go and reinforce the Imperial troops.
Yeah, you're right.
Not so fast. We have not finished our conversation. Just what exactly are your intentions for Fodlan, Claude?
Honestly, I want to break this place wide open and tear down every last one of its insular customs. If we can't do that, then there's no real path forward. Now is the time to steel ourselves and take action.
Are you sure? How exactly are you planning to explain all that to the people in the Federation who adhere to the Church's teachings?
Oh, I already have something in mind. In fact, I'll need your help to see it through.
Well, you'll have it. I just hope whatever you've got up your sleeve is actually a good idea.
It is. Judith, Lawrence, I need you to trust me and follow my lead for now, okay? Now, let's go wipe out those knights near Daphnel territory. Everyone, prepare to move out.
You good with this, Shamir?
I told you before, I'm not part of the Knights of Seros anymore.
But we're gonna be fighting Catherine this time. Didn't you two used to be real close?
We were partners back then, but that's all in the past. Now we walk our own paths. I won't hesitate to do what must be done.
Not even a hint of doubt. She really is something.
From the looks of it, I'd say the Knights of Seros have the Imperial forces on the back foot.
The Imperial Army is being led by Randolph, one of Count Bergliez's relatives. He's supposed to be quite a formidable warrior. But then again, he's up against Thunder Catherine. Hard to consider him the favorite in that fight.
Even so, it doesn't look like the battle will be decided anytime soon. We can afford to take our time.
But won't things get real bad for the Imperial Army if we don't bail them out soon?
I'm sure they will. But if we rush in without a solid plan, we'll be the ones getting stuck with the business end of Thunderbrand. We'll swoop in with a surprise attack right when their defeat seems all but certain. For now, we should prepare for the battle ahead.
I've seen that look before. Claude's got another scheme brewing.
Does he? I still can't tell what's going on in that guy's head.
We should move before
Watch
the Imperial
closely.
Army is wiped out. Launch the surprise attack!
What army is that? Wait, are they attacking us? The Federation army has come to our aid. Now we can assist Lord Randolph.
Federation army has come to our rescue. I thank you. We don't have to worry about attacks from the rear now.
I'm not a child.
Leave this to me. I will not waver.
No time to slow down. I'm not a child.
If we really want to take out Thunder Catherine, this is the best way to play it.
Claude, is something wrong?
No, it's nothing.
Randall, you can sense you're outmatched, can't you? You have no hope of winning. Surrender now!
For a surprise attack to be successful, it needs to be executed quickly.
Take a breather.
That's what I read in a book on tactics, anyway. Now we can cover ground more quickly.
I've been gradually gaining reinforcements. Now is my chance to seize victory.
We did it! Now the Imperial Army can rally their forces.
We'll hold here until all the commanders going to aid Randolph reach the stronghold.
We can skip.
My turn.
Watch closely.
Is everyone ready? Then let's hurry to Lord Randolph's aid!
I'm not a child.
The Imperial Army has rallied. They might turn the tables on us at this rate. Main forces with me. We're going to strike right in the center. Everyone else, circle around behind the enemy. Move back!
Thunder Catherine is on the move. Now's our chance to capture the enemy strongholds.
I have no time for mercy.
You're improving. I'd expect nothing less from Hilda's classmate.
The Imperial Army will scatter if Randolph falls. Keep advancing!
An enemy messenger? You're not getting past me.
No time to slow down.
I won't lose.
What a nuisance!
I can still fight!
I'm not a child!
I'd heard the rumors, but I never imagined she was this strong.
What a nuisance!
Claude, are you certain this is the best course? The Imperial Army is struggling.
Yeah, that's just what I expected. Right now, we need to get a move on and capture those strongholds.
At this rate, the Imperial army is gonna get crushed. Shouldn't we go help them?
What is the Federation army doing? I thought they'd rush to our side.
Hey, Claude, we need to get out there and help the Imperial army or it'll be too late.
I hear you, but capturing the strongholds takes
skip my
priority.
turn, you know?
Make sure everyone knows that.
I have no other choice. Everyone, fall back! We must abandon this front and regroup!
Lord Randolph, the gate is closed and blocking our escape route. We cannot get past it.
What is the meaning of this? Is the Federation army leaving us to die?
I guess running away is our only option.
Do not let any of them escape. We take all of them down right here, right now.
Switch.
Take a breather.
I see you've made your choice, Randolph. Ah!
Is this the end?
I'd hoped to help them after surrounding the Knights. There just wasn't enough time.
Lady Catherine, the Federation army has us completely surrounded.
They let their allies die in order to trap us? Hurry and forge an escape route! We will find a way to survive this! Out of the way!
I will proceed swiftly to Catherine's aid.
They surrounded us, huh? We're in hot water now, Kathy.
If we can convince some of them to surrender, we'll reduce our number of casualties.
I don't think she's a knight. She might surrender if we talk to her.
We can't let a single one get away. We have to whittle down the church forces as much as possible.
Hate me all you want.
I am at the height of my powers under the darkness of night. Switching it.
My turn?
It's my turn.
Constance, why are you fighting for the church? Come to our side. I'll smooth it over with everyone.
You asked me to just change sides without so much as a fight? Such temerity! I could never commit such a cowardly act!
So we are to claim victory by sacrificing the Imperial army? How is this conscionable?
No time to slow down!
Sacrificing our allies in order to win? Is that really the kind of leader you are, Claude?
Could you maybe let me go? I'd really rather not sigh if I can avoid it. I hate having to fight all the time.
I'm not a child!
Not yet.
Hey, why don't we just stop? You dying here won't accomplish anything, right?
You got me there. I guess I'll do what you ask. You did beat me after all.
As if something like that would dishearten me. Death will be your penance. What a nuisance! Out of my way! no time to slow down.
You're not with the Knights of Saros. You've got noble written all over you. Why not join us? We'll treat you right.
Hate me all you
Maybe
want.
that's for the best. After all, I have a dream to fulfill.
What a mess I've gotten myself into. We'll just have to buckle down and prepare for a fight.
Take a breather.
I've got you now.
Thunder Catherine's the only one left. Everyone, attack!
I'll take as many of you Federation cowards with me as I can! Shamir, I never expected to see you fighting for the other side. I don't know what to say. I am a mercenary, you know. But you can take your anger out on me if you want.
No time to slow down.
You won't defeat me that easily. Come on, give me all you got.
I'm unsatisfied. I will grow even stronger.
Talk about momentum. You're unstoppable.
I'm not finished yet. You shall feel my wrath.
Look at your penance. What a nuisance! Out of my way!
I will never let you lay a finger on Lady Rhea with those filthy hands.
That was an ugly battle.
Majesty, it appears that none of the Church's soldiers have survived the battle.
What about our allies?
The Federation troops sustained minimal casualties. However, the Imperial forces appear to have been wiped out. That includes General Randolph.
I'm sorry to hear that. Tell everyone to start getting their things together.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Not one enemy made it off the battlefield alive. From a tactical standpoint, that's an ideal outcome. At least, it's supposed to be. But it still leaves me with a bad taste in my mouth. Even so, the only way I can go is forward. Now that I've taken this first step, there's no turning back. Not after what I've already done. These hands will never be clean again.
Claude, what happened out there? You left those Imperial troops to die. Was that your plan all along?
I wanted to win that battle with as few casualties on our side as possible. What other choice did I have?
You had plenty of other options. Did you really think we couldn't handle it?
Our military capabilities only go so far. We can't risk losing even one of our capable commanders, no matter how unlikely that might be.
But that kind of thinking got Randolph killed. You signed that pact. Wasn't he supposed to be our ally?
I don't see the value in sacrificing lives that we might have been able to save. How does that make you any different from the nobles who just throw mercenary lives to the wind? Am I gonna be next?
Of course not. I could never replace you. Please, you've got to understand that.
You should listen to what your commander is saying, Your Majesty. Everyone else feels the same way, myself included. You're the king of the Leicester Federation. You have to conduct this war in a way that inspires people to follow you.
I hear what you're saying, but what good does it do if we fight honorably just to lose?
Why are you assuming we'd lose? You should know better than to write off your own army like that. Don't you agree, kid?
You need to have more faith in us. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to put our faith in you.
You're not fighting this war by yourself. We're all a team here. So you need to sit down and have a long, hard think about what that really means.
Okay. I'll give it some thought. But I can't guarantee I'll arrive at the answer you want me to. I'm going to follow the path I believe in. That's what I set out to do as king. Let's just make sure Randolph's remains get back to the Empire for a proper burial.